always say this, right? Not anger is necessary. Whether people love it or not, anger is necessary. It's how you use that anger. Right. That's the problem.
Any
you understand?
Emotion is like a boost. It's like a nitrogen boost.
Right. My career.
It's just what you use it for.
My career is built off of anger. Me making 5 to 10 beats a day when I was younger was off of anger. What people said to me. Yo, your shit sound like this. Your shit sound like that. It'll never do this. It'll never do that. It was anger, but I learned how to use that shit the right way. A lot of niggas are just angry for nothing. And then they start fucking other niggas up, shooting this nigga, smacking this bitch, doing all types of crazy shit because they're angry. And they don't know how to use that. So what I'm saying to you is don't abandon anger. Anger is a good thing.
Don't abandon it, but let's set an example.
Right.
Let's start setting examples.
Here's how you use that.
But it goes back to
hip hop painted a negative narrative, man. That's all I'm saying. Because it seems like, I don't know, it seems like
no. Hip hop is a reflection of the people. It always has been, it always will be. There are good and bad people. There are positive and negative people. Always has been, always will be. Steven from Django had a bunch of children. There are a bunch of motherfuckers running around here who should not be in certain ciphers. Always has been, always will be. Jesus had Judas. Always has been, always will be. When you look at hip hop and we look at the Judas and we look at the negative and we say, this is all encompassing. And we skip over everybody who's not doing that. But that's human nature to an extent. When you walking down Union Square and you see two people stop and start fighting with each other, fist fight, what do? You stop and watch. But somebody could be sitting there playing like the illest music or telling a joke. You keep it pushing. We all gravitate towards it. It's a reflex.
It depends on your perspective,
but you can
man.
Stop it. It doesn't have to be the thing that you do.
Here's the thing. So they thought they have the fist fight, and then they stop and they hug it out.
Hug it out. He's like, ah.
No. But somebody walks away with, that's possible now. You feel me?
I agree with that.
There's different battles that's been an example of that. There's different situations that's been an example. And I think the culture can actually mold that into the situation depending on how things push
We can
forward.
absolutely have that. We can absolutely have
Speaking of battles that have done that, probably the biggest battle in hip hop history, Jay-Z and Nas. We see this versus thing going on.
Right.
And I feel like this is a reintroduction of 90s, 2000 hip hop, and it's gonna be a resurgence.
I agree with that.
That's just not gonna, it's not only gonna be Griselda now.
Right.
It's gonna be a lot of that coming back.
Right.
Because, you know, that the heart is pumping for this now.
Let me ask you a question, man, that I wanted to ask you.
Jadakiss' attention.
When you were in those battles that you ended up getting in the fights in, right?
Right.
What was going through your brain before it happened? Like, what triggered what?
Everybody likes to know this.
No, because I watch battle raps. When I see certain shit, I'm like, what set them off?
What was it?
Like, what was something said? Like, either battle. Like, you had 3, right? 3 fights, 3 different fights on camera.
How many was you at?
It's been 3.
He's a shit. How
many was you at?
It hasn't been more than 3?
No fights.
No, I don't think it's been.
It's been 3, right?
I don't think it's been more than 3.
Wasn't all 3 documented on camera?
Nah.
Was it more than 2? Niggas, you fight that battles,
There's a couple other things that was going on, but as far as like battles, like, if you were asking about the dose situation, I'm uptown. I'm with my people. I don't know these people around. Right. I'm just asking for respect. I asked that man before he started not to do that. And he did it anyway. And he started to peel his vest off like he was gonna fight me.
You just beat him to the punch.
Second time, and I answered this yesterday, it was crazy. Sirius Jones, I spent the whole summer in Miami looking for my daughter.
Right.
When I came back to do that battle, I was not in the right mind state. Needless to say, I didn't find her.
Right.
So I wasn't in the right mind state to do anything.
Right.
And whatever he did, I was already a full glass of water, and he was just the extra drop to set it off. and that was that. So sometimes life things does have something to do with
Compounded with,
Right. But it was never about,
Those are the
just
two I
doing
really
that.
wanted to know about because it seemed like it came out of the Sirius Jones one. Just seemed like it came out of nowhere when I was watching. I'm like, I wonder what set him off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As I'm watching this shit,
I
I'm like,
wasn't in the
wonder
right headspace.
I get it.
But it was great lessons for me, huh?
When you came to realize that you fucked up, you was like, fuck. And God said, oh shit, I was there for that.
Yeah.
He got with that. It was a good night. Things supposed to happen that night. That shit was like,
Right.
I was there for that one.
like I said, damn, that ain't gonna get it back though.
But it's the bounce back. It's the things that you learn from. And then
So have you made amends with all these people?
Of course. I think us shaking hands has more views than the actual rematch battle.
Who's that? You and
me and Jones.
Okay.
Me and Jones. We shook hands and laughed outside and all that. The culture loved it. They loved that shit.
That's fire.
Which adds to the point.
Right. Just like Jay-Z, Nas on stage, shaking hands. Everybody loved it. Who wins in a versus though?
With who?
Nas and Jay-Z.
What kind? You serious?
Nas
You don't mean
and
that.
Jay-Z.
You don't mean that. You forgot Jay's. You forgot Jay's catalog.
Nas.
Nah, you don't mean that. I love Nas, but come on, Jay's catalog is too crazy.
You know what you're saying right now? I said the same thing about Dipset.
Dipset ain't have more hits than Blocks though. Why would you say that?
Listen.
I'm a Bronx nigga.
Listen.
You bugging, bro.
I'm a Bronx nigga
You
too,
bugging.
man. Listen.
You bugging, bro.
I'm telling you, Dipset got more hits than
Dipset
Dip.
got more hits,
Lots
bro.
have more memorable records. We're talking about
single or as a group.
But they could play either one. That's why it didn't
Either one
matter.
they win, bro. Either one they win.
Yeah, but they've been a group for like 20-something years. You gotta
talk about how good they are.
No. I'm not saying.
They are a group.
No, what I'm saying is they have more memorable records, but more hit records as far as like
The Dips.
in that time frame. In that time frame was Dipset.
Period.
As a
In that
group,
time
I'm not-
frame.
Period.
As a group.
Period. Don't matter. Group or not group.
Nah, the Lox got a lot of fucking hits, man. Let's not
Look,
even.
do
Let's not
yourself
even.
a favor and just look up who has bigger records. That's it.
Y'all bugging like streetwise. Y'all in a battle. The Lox is always gonna win because the energy is different.
No,
Nigga,
no,
pink,
no,
purple,
no,
like, it's
no,
a different vibe.
no.
Let me tell you all the things that fucked up that night. Like I said before, if the sound quality was different, it would have been different. If Dipset would have rehearsed and really rehearsed for like 2 weeks and put a show together, it would have been way different. If the song selection was different, would have been way different. If the song arrangements was different, it would have been way
You had to
different.
be a group to get all of that in sync, bro.
No, you're right. Listen, I'm agreeing with that. I'm agreeing with
Yeah,
that.
cocky fighter that come into a fight that have too much arrogance.
Yeah.
You could beat that person.
Yeah.
But because you used a little bit too much arrogance and you came in cocky,
Yup.
they beat you.
Yup.
We see that every day.
Some of the
And that's what
preparation.
that was.
Some of the
And that's what
preparation.
that was.
Some of the preparation wasn't there.
So
Word,
what happens
word.
between Hov and Nas?
Oh.
Now these is both of them are prepared. Both of them are sharp, top of their game mentally.
He tricky.
So it's gonna be deeper than that.
Hov got records that bring you back to a time and place, and like when I hear certain shit, I'm like, oh shit, I was in college. Oh shit, I was in
Nas
this. Oh
does
shit.
too.
Nah, Nas does too, but Jay has so many. There's too many.
Nas does too, bro.
He does, but
When
not
that ether
like
plays,
that.
gonna be a problem though.
That's a cool.
Yeah, I mean, I hear
That's
that,
gonna be
but
a real problem.
You gotta save ether for last.
Nah. I said they get those out the gate early.
I doubt they play those. I don't even think they play those.
Yeah, they don't. They
I
probably
think because it
won't.
gets too disrespectful if they do that. I don't think they play those.
Hov is a lifestyle. Hov is a lifestyle. So
I don't
it's
even
like,
think-
But
I don't
when it
even
comes
think-
to
I don't
the
even
actual
think-
battle rap and the actual going into the actual battle.
Look, Swiss and
different.
Timbaland, that has to be their next move. How much bigger does it get than what you just
exactly,
did?
exactly.
You have to go for like a Dr. Dre and fucking
Exactly.
Pharrell or like you know what I mean?
What about
exactly.
you? What about you versus Just Blaze?
I'm only doing 10 rounds though. I'm only doing 10 rounds.
You got the round.
I'm not. No, listen.
You got the round number ready.
Because look,
You got the round number ready.
I'm online, I'm scrolling, I'm looking through stuff, and I saw
Look at
you in
this
an interview. They didn't have that much views, but I was clicking on everything. And you said, man, give me 10 rounds, nobody's beating me.
10?
10 rounds.
with the shit that I know VERSUZ on now, 1,000,000%.
Nobody.
Cause a lot of niggas don't know my full catalog. Niggas know Dipset shit. You understand? They'd be surprised that night. Trust me.
But nobody.
And I'm not saying in my category. I'm not talking about the Scott Storches and the Dre. I'm talking about niggas in my category. Those niggas.
Like
It'll be a hard fight.
Alchemist.
He's in my category. Ninth Wonder's in my category. Just Blaze. Well, Just Blaze is but just for 10 rounds. Just Blaze is in my category. Yeah, 10 rounds. We talking about 10 songs.
So
I've been in the music business for 20 years. For 10 songs.
Alchemist.
I got 10 songs. I got 10 great songs. What'd you say?
Yeah, HAVOC.
ARAAB MUZIK is in that category.
Listen to what I'm telling you. And this.
Can't put that.
My level is no disrespect to homeboy.
Yeah.
Don't mention us in the same category. We different levels. My levels, he learned from me. You understand? I don't know him, but he learned from. He watched my shit and said, "This is what I gotta do."
Right.
We not in the same category. You understand? Like so when niggas say that, I'm like,
he like,
ARAAB, like how's he? What is he gonna do with me? That's a fact. You can say, you can look. I look right next. What would he do with me?
Yeah.
Now listen, no. I'm being real with you. Name me some of his records. That moved
Jesus
you.
Christ.
That moved you. Name me some of his records.
Energy. What is happening here?
I'm just being listen. The reason why I say that is I'm the type of person when I've been in the game so long now that it's almost like don't mention me with certain people that didn't put in the work I put in already.
Yeah.
Right.
I got 20 years in this shit. That's a long fucking time. From my mother's basement to fucking Madison Square. It's been a long fucking time. That's real though.
You gotta clap for that.
You understand? So when niggas say like, yo, what would you do with ARAAB? Like, come on, man. I got over 20-something million records sold. You know exactly what I do with ARAAB.
Who would be the tough one?
I like the energy. He like this energy. He's like, I don't even want to stop him. I'm just quiet.
Let's have it. Just Blaze.
HAVOC is my man. I think
Shout to HAVOC.
HAVOC and Just would probably be the toughest outs. I think just because of the magnitude of records that they've done. I'm not shorting Alchemist. He's dope too.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, for me, that would be a war.
Just Blaze and Rottweiler. Those would be the two that like.
If you was to pick,
I flip a coin to see.
I think Ninth Wonder would be a good battle for me.
Who?
Ninth Wonder.
I think that would be a competitive good battle.
I can see that.
Competitive.
You know what I'm saying?
Who win?
I win.
Oh, what?
I win, nigga. I'm never gonna say I'm a loser.
You know what I mean?
But I'm
Set
saying
that
10.
up,
Look, I'm
nigga.
keeping it real. I'm saying I think 10 rounds for me is cap. As far as is the limit. I don't want to say cap. Is the limit.
Right.
20 is like it would be overkill for me with 20. I got a bunch of records, but I'm talking about notable records. 10 off rip. Off rip.
I think you and Ninth could go more than 10.
We could. If people want to hear like the street bangers and all that,
That would be tough.
1,000,000%.
That would be tough.
You know I got shit like that.
Yeah.
That's a given, nigga. I've been in the game for a long fucking time.
Why? We need to make this happen. We need to make this happen.
I'm writing about this tomorrow.
We definitely need to make
I
this
just
happen.
want an invite. I just want to show
Right?
up.
I want to host.
And I think that would be dope. That would be dope for hip hop, just because it's like it wouldn't be no animosity. No, it's just like two dudes that love music playing music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That would be dope. But again, I'm never gonna pick myself as a loser. I prepare too hard for shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make it work. I'm not gonna come out of there looking crazy at all. You know what I mean? Because I prepare for shit like that.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work, you heard. Making fiends leave earth, you heard. Got your baby mama thirst, you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf, you heard. Told Jim I need a bomb I could drop on you niggas. Bad boy, I'm never gonna stop for you niggas. I don't give a fuck who you got as the illest. I solidify my spot with gorillas. Now